listen to me. If you're not doing anything wrong, what's the problem of giving us your name?
It's none of your business.
It is.
No, it's not. You're not entitled to know anything unless I've committed a crime.
Welcome to Noxium, where police power meets public accountability.
This episode is brought to us by Auditor Matt. Be sure to check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him the credit he deserves. Auditor Matt is simply standing outside a police station, observing vehicles as they come and go, when officers approach with a noticeable edge that immediately shifts the tone. There is no genuine effort to understand the situation. Instead, there is a persistent push that implies something must be wrong. Despite the absence of anything clearly suspicious, the conversation drifts into uneasy territory, where suspicion appears to exist without any concrete basis. However, as the exchange unfolds, that initial confidence does not last long, because by the end, Matt...
I was taking pictures of the cars, so what if I did? If a Porsche 911 Turbo came out here, and I wanted to take a picture of it, I'd take a picture of it.
Absolutely, there was no fences.
Right, so, well, I'm just saying, but I haven't. I've made sure I haven't.
All I've got to know is I've got to know who you are.
Right, my name's Matt, but yeah, like I say, I'd rather not give you details.
It's just Matt you're giving me.
Yeah, that's like I say, it's not personal. But yeah, whoever's on CCTV needs an eye test.
Well, obviously you can appreciate that, we need to be secure and get person in and out the station. I know you take, your interest in the throw cards and that sort of thing.
Maybe I would have been inclined to tell you who I was, blah, 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 if whoever it was hadn't lied and said I was doing something I wasn't doing. So straight away, Curtis has gone out the window with a lie, hasn't it?
Right, that's how you feel. I mean, I'm only asking.
Yeah, it's like I say, I don't like being lied to about. I mean, imagine if it was actually a crime that someone had said that I'd done and I hadn't done it. Fair enough, taking pictures of a car, someone said that I did it and I didn't do it. Imagine it, what are they going to say? Oh, he's committed a crime. I seen him commit a crime.
I mean, CCTV, maybe that's perceived if you've got your phone out and it looks on CCTV.
I haven't pointed at anything.
What makes this moment stand out is that the PCSO openly acknowledges there is no offense, yet still continues the interaction purely to identify him. That is where the logic begins to break down. If no wrongdoing is suspected, the justification for probing further becomes increasingly difficult to defend. Instead of assessing what is actually in front of her, she relies heavily on a report from CCTV. Even as Matt calmly explains his presence, it creates an unusual imbalance in which the person being questioned is providing clarity, while the interaction itself is still being driven by someone else's discomfort rather than any objective concern.
What I'll give me details out.
You don't want to give out your details?
No.
How come?
I just don't.
Right, why are you here filming police vehicles and civilian vehicles coming in and out?
Who said I'm filming civilian vehicles?
Excuse me?
Who said I'm filming civilian vehicles? Stop lying. Right, well, someone's lying in there. Why didn't you tell me you turned the camera on?
You saw me turning it on. So
I don't need to see you turn it on. You tell them verbally that you turn it on. Are you recording?
Yes.
Same for you. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't see you. If I seen her, how could I see you? Why didn't you tell me?
Right,
7854. Hang on a minute. I'm speaking.
No, I'm speaking.
Why didn't you tell me?
Public place, so come along, give
Right, exactly. Why didn't you tell me you're recording?
Sorry?
Why didn't you tell me you're recording as per your policy?
Why didn't you tell me you were recording?
It's not my policy, fella. Is it?
Why is it coming low?
Because I feel like it. All right.
You shouldn't be here. No.
I should be here. Who the hell do you think you are?
You committing offences and
no, I'm not.
Section 58.
Section 58. Are you having a laugh? Do you know how much trouble you'd be in if you go down that route? What evidence have you got?
That's my evidence.
So, I've just told you what I'm doing.
The narrative shifts from what Matt is actually doing to what officers claim he is doing, suggesting he is filming civilian vehicles despite focusing on police cars, a claim that immediately undermines their credibility. At the same time, officers begin recording him without making it clear, even though most body-worn video policies expect officers to inform individuals where practicable in the interest of transparency. Then comes the leap to Section 58 of the Terrorism Act 2000, a serious power intended for terrorism-related information, not someone openly filming police vehicles, which highlights just how disproportionate the reasoning has become. When pressed for evidence, pointing to Matt's camera only emphasizes how weak that reasoning is, because simply possessing a camera does not come close to meeting the threshold Section 58 was designed for.
Look on my YouTube channel, you'll see what I do. You'll see it's not for anything like that. Well, Matt12128, my YouTube channel, I do police station reviews.
Why do you do that?
Because I fit to catch people like yourself that try and abuse the powers.
Abuse my powers?
Yeah, twisting the law. Twisting the law. You don't. It's none of your business.
It is.
No, it's not. You're not entitled to know anything unless I've committed a crime. And you need reasonable suspicion, love. So don't get above. No, you don't. What? Go on. What's that?
You're outside
What?
the police station.
Not good enough. Not good enough. It's not good enough. That goes to court. You'll get thrown out and you'll get in trouble.
Okay.
You will be committing an offence under Section 26 of the Criminal Justice Act, love. You might as well do your shopping list with that, because that's all that's going to be happening with it.
I'm glad you've done yours. Right, what's your name?
I just told you you're not getting it. If you pursue that any further, you will be committing an offence under Section 26 of the Criminal Justice Act. I have given you proof as to why I'm here and what I'm doing. Get lost.
It's very rude of you.
Get lost. I don't care, you tyrant.
Matt even directs her to his channel to demonstrate that there is nothing malicious about what he does, something he is under no obligation to do, yet he is still attempting to assist. Despite this, she continues to suggest that a crime is being committed without ever identifying one, relying on a claim of reasonable suspicion that amounts to little more than his presence outside a police station. That falls well short of the threshold required under Section 58 of the Terrorism Act 2000, which demands suspicion that information is likely to be useful for terrorism. When Matt raises Section 26 of the Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015, warning that misusing powers or obstructing lawful activity could cross into unlawful territory, it underscores just how risky this approach can become.
Any offences?
You're damn right I'm not.
Listen to me. If you're not doing anything wrong, what's the problem of giving us your name?
Because you're not entitled to it. Just because you want it. I'm not evading information. You are not entitled to it. Tough. It's not reasonable suspicion. It's not reasonable suspicion, so jog on. You'll be in a whole world of trouble if you try out. So you want to do it, knock yourself out. I'll take the claim and I'll see you in court.
No problem.
What's your number? It's your policy. What's your number?
7331.
You're going to be judged 7331. Oh, you need to tell people you're recording when you turn it on, dude.
Not necessarily.
Yes, you do. You do. It's your policy.
I haven't spoken to you yet.
It doesn't matter. If you turn it on and you're filled, why have you turned it on? Because of me? Because of me? Right. Therefore, you tell me that you've turned it on. It's your policy. Don't say not necessarily. Learn the law. Learn the law and stop trying to intimidate people.
Your finger at me.
Or else what?
Very aggressive.
Or else what?
I perceive it as aggression.
Whatever. Go on. Get lost. Section 26, abusing your powers, threatening with Section 58. Simply because I was taking pictures of the marked cars when they came in. Like I said I was.
The inconsistencies begin to mount when one officer confirms that no offense has been committed, which immediately undermines the earlier suggestion that Matt may have committed a crime, exposing just how unstable the justification truly is. She then shifts to the argument that if he has done nothing wrong, he should not object to providing his details, but that is not how the law operates. Cooperation is not mandatory simply because someone is acting lawfully, and relying on that reasoning only highlights the absence of any genuine authority. When Matt questions another officer about recording, the officer claims there was no need to inform him because there was no engagement, despite the camera being activated specifically due to Matt's presence. That argument quickly unravels, because activating a camera in response to someone's presence constitutes engagement in itself.
Make a complaint.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I know how to complain and I know how to sue.
Okay.
My solicitor will be on your case straight away. The very least, you'll be getting retrained.
Excuse me?
The very least, you'll be getting retrained. You are not entitled to my details just because I take a picture of a police car. Okay.
If I think you are committing offences,
What offence do you think I'm committed?
like I've explained Section 58.
Right, but what offence? That just covers various
You might be
events.
collating information which may be used in terrorist offences.
Right. So what reasonable grounds do you have?
Stand outside the police station.
That's not reasonable grounds. I've proved it before at Darlington. It's not reasonable grounds, Chuck. All right. Darlington
My
Police.
understanding of the law.
Darlington
Sorry
Police.
to
Look it
disagree
up.
with it.
I've sued one force and it was Darlington Police.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
When asked to pinpoint the offense, the explanation shifts to the suggestion that he could be collecting information for terrorist activity, a claim that carries significant weight but very little substance in this context. Making an allegation of that seriousness without clear, objective indicators only highlights how far the reasoning has drifted from what is actually taking place. Matt then raises the prospect of a complaint and potential legal action, which is far from empty rhetoric. If powers are exercised without lawful justification, claims such as false imprisonment or unlawful interference may follow. That is precisely why officers are expected to proceed with caution when relying on legislation of this scale, because once serious powers are used without a solid foundation, The focus quickly shifts from suspicion to accountability.
So all the people watching this video want to know why 4 years are stood around wasting money that they're paying for a man with a camera taking some pictures with his dog of the patrol cars.
It's not just patrol cars. The concern is...
Do you want me, right? I know I don't normally do this, guys, but do you want me to stop this video, call her over, and I will show you giving me an award to Newquay Police Station, and then you tell me if you think I'm bloody suspicious under Section 58?
Right, I'm not here to discuss what happened in Newquay, right? We're here now and here.
I am offering it as proof. If you don't take that as proof, there'll be trouble if you go ahead and try and start anything. There's no concern. I've explained what I'm doing.
Pictures of civilian cars.
No, I'm not. I have not done that. On here, there's nothing on there, and if I need to prove it, I will prove that you're lying.
This is the suspicion we have. Yeah?
Right. Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
Give me a moment, we're just listening to the radio.
Well, I'm going if I'm not being detained.
As far as I know, you're not at the moment.
Right, exactly, and I never was and I never would be. You absolute whopper. You are going all over YouTube, and you're going to be famous. You are going to be famous, you tyrant. If you genuinely suspect something, crack on with it. But use a bit of common bloody sense. It's not rocket science, is it, you stupid woman? You're going on YouTube. Keep an eye out for yourself.
Matt even goes as far as offering to pause his recording and show them exactly what he has been doing, something he is under no obligation to provide. Yet, he still attempts to address their concerns. That gesture is significant because it shifts the interaction from suspicion to verification. Once that opportunity is presented, the absence of any decisive action becomes more telling. If there had genuinely been a risk, one would expect firm steps to follow. The officers confirm that he is not being detained, and that admission effectively removes any sense of urgency or necessity, raising the obvious question of what the interaction was intended to achieve. When officers acknowledge there is no need to restrict someone, yet continue to press the situation, it begins to appear less like safeguarding. What ultimately stands out is the imbalance. Matt is the one providing clarity, showing footage, and attempting to bring the interaction to a logical conclusion, while the officers struggle to establish a clear position. That contrast leaves the final moments feeling less like enforcement and more like an encounter that simply ran out of justification. That concludes today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It truly helps support continued independent coverage. Also, be sure to check out Matt. His channel is linked in the description. Show him some support. Thank you for watching.